All right, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we are taking a look at Naya, and we're going to be going as large and as fast as we can make this deck go with any reasonable sense. But we were thinking about how to really build a version that can battle the metagame from different angles, and I think we might have figured it out today. So let's go take a look at what Naya looks like when we're taking a metagame slant, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Let's go take a look at the deck list. If you want to support the channel, remember to check out shop.ultrapro.com/PowrDragn and use promo code PowrDragn. You'll save 5% on everything you order over there at UltraPro, and that includes all the new sweet stuff from their Lemon Yellow collection this month. Okay, so the concept here is we're trying to play mostly creatures, right? We're trying to make our opponent's removal a lot less good, if you will. But we're trying to do this by playing some quality early stuff and then having a bunch of hasters, big creatures, life gainers, tramplers, whatever on the back end, right? Make everything you play after turn 3 just an absolute menace and force your opponent into a lot of bad situations. That's what we're hoping to do with this. And we want to be able to survive a lot of the sweepers. That means you're going to see a lot of hasters in this list and giving you a lot of versatility. So if you're playing, the thing I will say, it's going to be a creature deck, but you're going to want to play it very patiently, right? Even though you're going to have a lot of creatures, you want to pick and choose what your opponent's getting to deal with and win, because that's where your advantage is going to come from. But let's run down the list real quick. We've got 3 Luminarch Aspirant, no surprise. Possibly should be 4, honestly. We may find some room for that on the back end of the video. So definitely, you'll want to get to the back end of the video, because this is a spot where we'll probably cut something to play an extra Luminarch Aspirant. 3 Thalia, also could be a 4th Thalia, so this could be another spot where we want to add something. And again, because we're not playing a lot of non-creature spells, we want to take advantage of Thalia here. So we know there's enough creature or spell-based decks that this is going to be a little bit of a nuisance, and giving this bonuses when it first strikes, also very powerful. We have 4 Prosperous Innkeeper. This is not huge for us from the life gain standpoint. It's not insignificant, but not huge. But it's mostly here because it's an early creature. It's something we can also attack with. But giving us that treasure is very big. Being able to go from 2 to 4 can do some very big things. Or even from 3 to 5 can do very big things for us. We have Brutal Cathars, no surprise, alongside the Skyclave Apparitions. And again, because we're mostly playing creatures, we want to take advantage of these. So these are going to be the core of our removal. No real surprise. It's not the cleanest removal, but the biggest thing in this deck is that not only can you play it and remove something, you can oftentimes just give it haste and attack with it as well. So you're getting a lot of use out of that removal spell, at least for a turn or two before they get rid of it. Reckless Stormseeker. This is another spot where we could possibly play a 4th Stormseeker. It's cheap, it's easy to cast, it's haste, it can pump your other things, give other stuff haste. We like everything it does for this list, so we'll see. I mean, something's got to give, right? We can't just keep adding things, so we have to figure out what to cut. 3 Halana, not 4. And again, we're playing red-green. This gives stuff haste. You can pump stuff. And again, if you're playing this alongside Aspirant, you're playing alongside Stormseeker, you're going to oftentimes be putting 3, 4 counters on your other creatures. So if you get these combination of cards together, like if you go Aspirant into Stormseeker into Halana, game's probably over. Like if your opponent doesn't deal with all that, that's a lot of damage just coming turn after turn after turn. Then we have Fleetfoot Dancer. This is a card at the beginning of the set. When it came out, I put it in a couple lists and really liked the card, but I just haven't come back to it. And this was kind of one of the reasons I wanted to explore this a little bit again. Partly, though, I think it's a little bit better now. It was weird. It was kind of good in the first couple weeks, then it sort of fell off, and I think now it has a shot. Because the lifelink is relevant, because you're still seeing a lot of Boros aggro decks, so this is actually really good against that. Being haste is good against the sweepers that we're seeing, pretty regularly. And the trample is really nice, right? If your opponent's plan is they're going to play, let's say, Obnixilis and make a 1/1 and block, you're like, okay, whatever. I'm still coming in with this 4/4 that's got trample. So really does a lot for us. And again, we have multiple things that could pump it. Now, one of the things we're playing that's not a creature is Elspeth Resplendent, and that's mostly because it can go get Brutal Cathar and Skyclave Apparition, right? So it's kind of like giving us another copy or a repetitive use copy of those removal cards. But I mean, all the other abilities are all relevant too. Flying, First Strike, Lifelink, Vigilance, all very good, especially with Tramplers, especially with haste creatures. So yeah, we're almost never going to even think about getting to Angels. Like if the game goes that long, we're probably in trouble after getting Elspeth, but we do like the other abilities a lot. Of course, we're playing Goldspan Dragons because it's Goldspan Dragon. It's haste, it flies, it does all the things. And it makes treasure. Now, we don't have a lot to spend treasure on, but I will say this about the treasure. If you can set up turns where you're going to be able to attack with Goldspan Dragon and have treasure sitting out, then if something happens to the Goldspan Dragon or another sweeper gets rid of stuff on the board, you're going to often be in position to play 2 things on that following turn. And that's often going to be at least one thing that has haste and or something that pumps another thing. So really, really powerful turns after sweepers with this deck, and this is kind of what we're aiming for. We are playing 1 Workshop War Chief because, well, it can have haste, and it makes another 4/4 if it dies, which we like. It also gains you emergency life, which we don't hate. And it kind of plays okay in the world of Vivien, because Vivien lets us go get things. And maybe, I don't know, there's a world where if we just need life or blockers or something, we attack and then we get rid of a Fleetfoot Dancer and go get that. So probably not. But it's just an idea. We can actually, though, get rid of, say, like we use a Brutal Cathar that just got rid of a token. Now we go get rid of the Cathar and go get Halana, or we just go get Fleetfoot Dancer or whatever, right? But there might also be a lot of times where we're just, okay, I'm just going to make a 4/4, and I'm going to give it haste with either Halana or with Stormseeker, and just get the business done with that. So lots of things we can do with Vivien in this list. The only thing we don't like is that it costs 6. Then looking at the lands, we have 1 Cave of the Frost Dragon, 1 Iganjo, 2 Plains, 1 Den of the Bugbear, a Boseiju, 4 Cry Crown, 1 Rockfall Vale, 4 Needle Verge, 1 Sundown Pass, 4 Branchloft, 2 Overgrown Farmland, and 3 Jetmir's Garden. Now, before you ask, I know some people are going to say, why not 4 Jetmir's Garden? I would argue that 4 might actually be correct. However, my sense here is we are needing multiple colors, but at the same time, we need our colors on time. So if the lands are almost, especially early in the game, if it's going to come into play tapped, we have to be very careful when we play them or how we play them, because one of our benefits is going to be able to be playing on time with haste creatures, right? If we can't do that, we're losing our advantage. So that's the only reason I don't have 4 copies in the list. But as always, we're going to play the games. We'll see if our choices are wrong, numbers are right, whatever. But you'll definitely want to check the end of the video, because I'm sure we're going to do some type of updates to this. And there's no way we're going to leave it just as it is. And then we'll have a card spotlight for you as usual. So we'll catch you on the other side. Oh boy. What do we do? Let's keep it and see if we draw something. We have enough early things, I probably should toss this away, but we're not going to do it. We're just going to play it on hard mode. I say that I'll probably just draw a 2-mana thing next turn, and then it'll just be back to easy mode. Let's see what's up. Okay, well, nothing to really do here, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and just play this on white. I mean, I guess we get Cathar to remove something. The problem here now is if they don't play anything, we're kind of just susceptible to Jiraiya's Disruption, which is pretty bad. But if they have it, they have it. Or maybe not. We found a Thalia. Let's do this instead. Ooh, it looks like they don't have it anyway. So that's good to know. Oh, she's still dead, though. Going back to our hand. The good news about this fight is we do actually have a bunch of hasty things, and that could help us here. Don't know if it helps us enough, but could be relevant. Alright, this is kind of good news, because we're only going to have 1 land open, which means we kind of get away with whatever we want to do this turn, especially with it being a mountain. And I'm not going to lie, part of me here wants to slip through a Halana and a Lena. Seriously. But I'm not going to, because I think we're better off playing Stormseeker, getting in for damage, and then next turn leaving these as options. And if Stormseeker just dies, it dies. Whatever. Like, we'll live with the consequences. I mean, who knows? They might want to do something else here. They don't even kill the Stormseeker. Who knows? I mean, I assume they will, because you don't have I guess a whole 7 cards and not be able to kill a creature or deal with it in some way. But it's possible. I don't know. Stranger things have happened. Like this, as an example. Was not expecting that. Well. Let's go ahead and go Thalia here. See what the opponent thinks about that. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Like, we will try to replay the Reckless Stormseeker. I mean, now, if they found a disruption, meh. Thirst for Discovery, okay. They're doing some heavy digging here. I'm wondering if this is just some type of bombardment deck. This would be a 5, and this would be a 4. So yeah, this is attacking, obviously. Okay. And the board is gone. Oh, they can't, actually. I was just thinking that if you actually wanted to burn down the house, you need 6, not 5. So that's good news. This is also good because it means there's a chance, if we just played Halana and it survives, we could make Reckless Stormseeker big enough to live through a big sweeper. Well, there's a Goldspan Dragon. Well, that could change our turn now, huh? Here's the tough part, though, right? If we just remove a Goldspan Dragon, then they get it back if they do sweep the board. So I don't like that. I'm just debating if it should be this and this, or do we just wait? I think... Oh, boy. All right. We're going to give... Thalia would first strike. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. Actually, we're going to do it here. Oh, crap. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, we're going to do this. I think this is what we want. Mostly because ultimately this is just a 5-power creature. Now they have to have multiple things to kill it and deal with it. They're at 7. If they don't cast anything, it flips. And they're already having to deal with the Thalia situation. So that's already a big deal. All right, they found a Voltage Surge for old Thalia, so that makes sense. Now what are they going to do with their other 3 mana? Though that being said, they can attack with Goldspan and get 2 mana. Okay. We are not blocking. Obviously, you have something here, but we're going to force you to play it. Actually, if we think they have something and we block... No. We're not. Because if they only have a thing to get rid of Stormseeker, we could possibly draw another Stormseeker and do some stuff next turn with Halana and Elena. Or even Fleetfoot Dancer, that would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that would be lethal. So yeah, don't give them the easy creature kill if they don't have the sweeper. Oh, they just had another dragon. Okay, well, that's probably good for us, since we held on to that Brutal Cathar for so long. All right, I think we might have done it. Yep, especially with them playing a tap plan. So, yep. We're just come in, the infinite creature piles got there. Yep, that'll do it. Okay, this looks promising. I like what we got going on here. Let's play this first, and then we'll still have our choice of what we want to do next turn. Epicure, so probably not Innkeeper, huh? Though Innkeeper into Fleetfoot Dancer might actually be okay here. But I think we're going to go with this. And then if they want to kill Thalia, they'll just have to use some resources. Though, like I said, I do actually like the idea of Innkeeper into Fleetfoot Dancer here. And would have been 5 life between the lifelink and the life gain, so it's actually pretty strong too, considering the type of deck we're up against. Alright, well that limits the opponent a bit. We like that. We like those. Let's get an attack in here. And they might chump block. I don't know. Nope, they weren't interested. Okay. Now, opponents. I was going to say, you can crack your blood vial? Nope. They want their artifacts. So I'm going to assume this is just what we expect. A Rakdos Sacrifice deck of some variety. And we're going to hope this Fleetfoot Dancer gets to put in some real work. Alright. So I finally got a thing for Thalia. Good deal. We ain't blocking. Jetmir's Garden. Don't need to play that here. We're just going to roll with this. And if they spend their turn playing another kill spell here, fine. Next turn, we'll just load up that Den of the Bugbear and get in there. Experiment. Another Epicure for a point. And a Blood Vial. Alright, they're kind of hitting what they want here, it looks like. Another Thalia is probably pretty sweet. Matter of fact, let's play that pre-combat. Force the opponent to make a decision here. Okay, they're just going to go Deadly Dispute. We can live with that. Okay. And we'll just get in there for 4. Don't want to give up this Innkeeper, because they're on the sacrifice plan. We want to be able to take advantage of as much of that life gain as we can. Especially considering this could still just be a land into a... oh, not that. Needed an untapped land there. I was going to say for a Meat Hook Massacre would have been possible. Sure, gone. Just passing, we are cycling this. And that's nice. This is much better. I was going to say that's nice, but not good enough. This is a lot better. Now, yeah, let's just do it. I'll put the counter here. Or the bonus, I should say. Not really a counter. And then let's see if this is good enough. Okay. Are we losing our board here? That is the real question. Because that might be the case. Meat Hook for 3 would definitely do it. Thalia will allow that. Okay. There we go. Opponent did tap out for us here, but they are going to 13. Oh, nice pickup. Nice pickup. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3. Actually, you know what? If we Fleetfoot now, 1, 2, 3, 4, activate. I'd have to draw a land next turn. So we could attack with this now, and then we could Fleetfoot plus Cathar next turn, even if we don't draw anything. And have an additional attacker. I guess that's worthwhile. I mean, they do still have a treasure here. So, I mean, I guess if they have a Voltage Surge, it's bad. But, I mean, if they do, they do. Okay, it looks like a negative. We're going to go ahead and play this. Alright. Harvester. I don't know if I want to remove a Harvester. That's actually kind of bad for us. Don't want to give them more blood vials if we don't have to. Burn down the house, all right? Get you some little ones. Ooh, that is a bold move, opponent. That is quite bold. Okay. I mean, if we get in for 4, 5, opponent goes to 4, they would still have that next turn. I mean, another meat hook's gross for us, though, huh? All right, don't love it, but it is what it is. Let's do it. I'll have to draw a Goldspan Dragon or something next turn. That's just going to be where we're at. All right. Keeping this to cycle it, though, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe it was worth it to play it there. Not so sure. All right, opponent is still at 4. All right, second red, let's make it 2-2. Yep. We just need to draw a Goldspan Dragon. That's it. Just draw that off the top. Not this. This was not what we wanted to draw. Let's go ahead and cycle this. Moo, poops. That was not good. I mean, I guess we go ahead and get the treasure. Because if they do sweep the board, it leaves us opportunity to do multiple things. Though I think really our plan is just flyers at this point. Dragon of some variety. Yep, we expected that was going to die and then assume you're going to kill Cathar, right? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yep, that all checks. Yep. Unfortunately, now good old Goldspan's not quite enough. Yep, no blocks. It's not really in our interest to do anything else here. Yeah. And unfortunately, even between kill spells, they can now cycle enough between just the lands to find something to kill a Goldspan. I mean, they're Blood Vial tokens. Yep. It resolves. I mean, just keep going till you get a kill spell, right? That's what I assume is the case. Or that. That works too. It's another way to dig. All right. Just attacking. Okay, are we dead? Or at least close to dead. Yep, they're gonna draw a card. Sounds good. Interesting that they chose to sack the land there to draw instead of just using, I don't know. Depends on what their hand looks like. They might have just had stuff they didn't want to discard. But I assume the board's all going away right now anyway. So, yeah, sure. We'll just take it. Alright, how bad is it? Okay, there's another meat hook. So everything goes away. They go to 5. Man, can we find like a Reckless Storm Seeker? Helana and Elena might help. Because then we'll be able to pump up our land. Not with that in the way now, though. That's a problem. Okay. Oh, is that enough? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh, we're 1 short. Oh, no. Bruh. So close. Yeah. Actually, no, that's not true. Because we can play Goldspan first. What was I thinking? There you go. We play this first. Then we activate our land. With the Goldspan ability, because Goldspan is ridiculous. And hope they... Okay, they didn't have it. Woo, that was a top deck. Okay, we're going to keep this. This is actually pretty interesting. We're right now going to play a turn 2 Innkeeper. Not sure what we're going to do after that. Depending on what lands we draw, if we need to hold on to mana for gold spans or, you know, I don't know. It's going to be a little bit tough here. Luminarch Aspirant at least buys us a little time to think about things if we want to. So I do like that. Let's roll this out first. See how the opponent feels about it. Now we might also consider just going for the Stormseeker. Wait till we have enough mana for Goldspan or War Chief, possibly. But they are giving us shields down here. Ooh. Now this changes things, because being able to go back-to-back if we were... I don't think so. I think we're still going to do this. And just force them to deal with some of these things piecemeal here. The other thing, too, is we do only have double red because of the treasure. So we kind of have to be careful in using our treasure, because it's possible we don't draw another red land, and if so, we're not going to be able to cast our Goldspan Dragon, and then it gets a little bit ugly. So got to keep that in mind with everything going on as well. All right, they're going to have 3 mana here. Let's see what they're going to do with it. Because that's also going to dictate our plays somewhat. Okay, yeah, that's fine if that's the play. That had potential to be way worse. And I am going to attack with both these, because if you want to block a Cobra with a Cobra, I mean, I don't care. It's also possible in this matchup, because this gets trampled, maybe we throw this out there. Like, I don't know. All right. Well, we're going to have to get these tramplers out there one way or the other. We missed some land drops, and now we're running out of time to wait. All right, there's Goldspan Dragon. Or will be a Goldspan Dragon. Let's see. I'm trying to think any other ways we want to do this. But no, I think we just Goldspan and then play one of our other tramplers next turn. Just make this a 5 to guarantee enough gets through, I guess. You know what? Because of tramplers, I think I'm actually... actually, hold on. This is a 5 plus 1 is 6. Even if they end up getting, let's say, 4 Scoot Swarms this turn, they could actually get more, get both of these back. That'd be annoying, because you'd get 1, 2, and then those would trigger again, so those 3 would make 6. We'd have to get a bunch onto the Goldspan Dragon to get that done, but this also tramples. Ugh. All right, cool. We'll just end the turn. I think we're just going to play War Chief and give it trample. All right, well, they had another one, so they're going to get way more here. Yep. This is going to suck. Worse if they have, like, double get all your lands back. If they only have 1, it's still going to be bad, but tolerable. Yep, there's the first one. So we knew those were coming. Yep. I mean, now the bad part is they did gain the life from these. That's actually what really sucks. So, odd as it is, we're not dead. Well, actually, we're dead now. Because unless we had exactly... Yeah. Actually, as it turns out, it wouldn't have really mattered here. Because now we would need exactly another Goldspan Dragon plus something, which we don't have the plus something. All right, cool. We're going to let them have that one. This is super tempting, but I'm going to mulligan. All right, we'll keep it, and it's a hard one to get rid of. Well, I guess this... No, I can't. We're going to get rid of Fleetfoot Dancer. And the logic there is that I still need double white for this, but it's our only removal in hand. Halana Lena has just good turn after turn effects as well, so I was afraid something like this might happen, though. Because I have to put this, at least I guess it's fine. We're going to put 1 on white for this. We'll just have to find red mana. But we do have Innkeeper that can also produce a treasure if we get stuck. All right. Step 1. Does Thalia get countered? Does not. Okay. And lives. That's good news. Unexpected, but good news. Okay. Let's try to make some things happen here. Let's go with this. Opponent has no answer. Okay. Well, I guess Thalia really puts a hurt on this thing, whatever it is they're doing. I mean, next turn, I guess we just try to Lana and Elena. Oh, yeah. We don't mind that play at all. Let's... This goes on white. Target creature you control. This. Yep. And then now, if they get a white land and play Wandering Emperor, that's fine too. Yep, we got all kinds of hasty things coming, opponent. Love it. Not awful. Let's go ahead and... We'll remove that. Hit this up and get in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this into play in the event we draw a Goldspan Dragon. Kill that, get you a blocker. Sounds good. Ooh, nice, 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 nice. Let's go with... Man, I want to go with Greed Piles, but we're going to go with this. Just in case they have a counter. Jiraiya's Disruption would have sucked. All right, we chose correctly. Well, this is one we'll keep. It's a heck of a decision. We have all the little part of the deck here, so we definitely need to draw the bigger part of the deck. That's a start. Got to be careful here with these, making sure we put them on the right colors. All right, they're going with their Innkeeper. I'm going to go with this, knowing there's a chance that this is just going to die to like a binding or something. Yep. One of those things is like, if it does, it does. You know, it's not a lot we're going to worry about on that. All right. Opponent, what you got for us? Ooh, a Thalia. We don't dislike Thalias. Those are kind of nice. Go ahead and do that. See if it slows the opponent down at all. And while we work on other things. But missing a land here is not going to be in our favor. Good news, bad news. They get to see our hand. Good news is, well, we can just get rid of their Valky if we draw a white source. All right, no white source for us, so that doesn't help. How badly do we care about the white source? I think we don't. I think we just do this. It's also possible we get any land for that matter, because then we just play Innkeeper, then the extra treasure, and then that'll let us still cast that. So, not the end of the world. And they know our hand. I mean, we're stuck here with no mana. So, I mean, they're playing with perfect information right now. Meat Hook for 1. Giving us back our Luminarch Aspirants. That's an interesting situation. Why that? Okay, then. Put the counter here just to make that harder to kill. They must really need to cast something, because they wanted Thalia gone bad enough. So, not sure. I mean, I guess they could play a dragon or something here. Yeah. These are interesting choices and times that we are seeing from the opponent. I don't know really what's happening here. I guess we'll put a counter here. Let that attack. I was thinking they had something to flash in I couldn't think of. I don't know what to expect there. All right, another Meat Hook? Well, that's only for 4. I mean, it keeps them alive, though. Well, no, it doesn't. Because they know what's in our hand. Oh, Vorinclex doesn't really keep you alive either, though, opponent. Like, that doesn't even really do anything, right? I mean, we have way more attackers than you have blockers. Yeah, that's okay. This is a mulligan. This will keep. Let's get rid of one of these. I think. Yeah, alright. Alright, well, we found some land. So part 1 of the situation is complete. Can we find another one? Yes, but it is a tapped one. Fair enough. I see what you're doing, deck. Okay, let's go and run this out. Not totally sure what the opponent's up to here, but I'm sure we're about to find out. Oh, they're just going straight up snow. Ain't seen that in a minute. Well, let's get rid of that guy, because that's going to be a problem. And attack. With our luck, they just have another one. Man, just Simic Snow. Ain't seen that in a while. I don't even remember what all cards you'd want to play in there. Well, there's a Topiary Stomper. We will not be attacking on the ground for a little bit. Okay. Well, I say that. I guess we can attack on the ground for a turn. Alright, might as well try. Get in where we fit in. If they don't have a flyer, we can at least get Goldspan in for 4, assuming the board gets dealt with here somehow. And then they're at 9. Still have a long way to go. Field trip. Alright, they're just ramping up to something. You know what? They might just be playing Titan. It could just be a Titan next turn. I could see that being a real issue. Alright, no blocks. Alright. Okay, deck. We get the message. We are good on lands. We need no more. So we can attack with those. Alright, they are blocking. So that does make me feel like a Titan is on the way. Ugh. Actually, everything's bad for us. So anything that can be done here with 6 or 7 mana is just rough on us. Any type of sweeper is not good. Titan's obviously real bad. Blood in the Snow, bothersome. Like, we knew there was a possibility that was over there, but we'll see what happens. We're only at 16, so we only have a couple of turns. That is a thing. Okay. Well, not what I was expecting to draw. Alright, I guess we just play it and make a Rhino. Just assume we're going to lose Vivian here.
There's something almost feral about this city. You may be bad, but we're big.
Alright, Druid class, so now they're going to start gaining life. Also just be able to turn a land into a creature, too. And a Spirit Bear. Woof. Alrighty then. Alright. Opponent did not attack with both things. Alright. Cool. We'll take that. Oh, okay. Now we might be able to do some things. This is random, but let's see if we can find one of our exile duders.
I will protect. May your peace.
We did. Probably would have liked it better next turn, but yeah. I mean, it does come get a shield, so that matters. And I know I could have got rid of the 3/3 here, but I think we're willing to take our chances with these.
Let's
And then
rumble.
pass. Opponent's at 11, they can make a big thing on the ground here. We can block with the Brutal Cathar, and that's a thing. Alright. We'll block with this. That made such a little piddly sound for being a big 11-11. Just a... Never noticed that before. All right, opponent's going to go all the way to 14 here. 15, actually, because they get to put a... They didn't, oh, they played a land already this turn, so they're at 14. Oh, they did. All right, never mind. They are at 15. I was right the first time. All right, let's go ahead and cycle this. See if we can find any type of body to throw in the way. That helps. We can also now sacrifice that to go get a Brutal Cathar. So let's do that. Sack this.
Nature adapts to any environment.
Get a Cathar. Get rid of this. And then we will +1. Give this one first strike.
Be brave.
And we will attack with just the 4/4, I think. Mostly because I don't want to put the Planeswalkers at risk and have to block weird ways and whatnot if we don't want to. All right. And they still have a Hive of the Eye Tyrant as well that could force us into a bad block. I mean, they get a land back, so whatever. Opponent was all in on this land thing. They even played Nissa. We don't see Nissa very often either. So that's a thing. All right. Making a 3/3.
The land will devour intruders.
Sure. Where would you like to attack? Yeah, okay. I think we're still fine with that. Sure. Oh, that has menace. We'll block here. Yeah, that actually seemed like a real good situation because the opponent has nothing left now, right? Just give that haste.
But we're
Yeah, I was like, they were all just going to come in, I guess. All right, so as much as I was really enjoying having like so many haste creatures, which to be fair, worked very well in several of the games, I think I still wanted to have like more Luminarch Aspirants just a couple of other things on the early end to, force that removal. So when we got one of our haste creatures or something later, they didn't have as many options left. I didn't mind just having the 2 planeswalkers either. I mean, I know it's kind of memey to say like we have all the creatures in the deck, but it's, they were useful in that later game. So what I would like to do is probably just cut Workshop Warchief, because I'm almost never going to go get this card. Even if I draw a Vivian, I'm probably just going to get a Goldspan Dragon, except for in the tightest of situations. So what I think there would benefit us is to cut a Workshop Warchief and add another Luminarch Aspirant, because this card's just good anyway in a lot of situations, and is also beneficial to our Helana and Elena. And then maybe cut a Fleetfoot Dancer for another Stormseeker, I think, just for mana purposes and making it a little smoother and bringing down the number of 4+ creatures. So now we have a bunch more things at 2, we still have a bunch of things at 3, and then we have a couple at 4 and 5, whatever. And I think that cleans it up just a little bit. So this is probably what I'm going to make available for download, because this just feels a lot smoother overall, I think. I think this is what we want to go with. Yeah, so it's some interesting things here, right? Like, we obviously were great on the play, less so on the draw, but not terribly. But it did stand to point out that, like, when we did stumble on mana, we did suffer, right? And that was one of the things we knew could handle or could happen in this deck, right? So that part doesn't really surprise me. But outside of those games, it actually performed very well. And we had a couple of fast ones in there too. And it actually played the long game a little better than I thought it was going to. So I do like those changes we played, because I think we're able to speed the deck up just a little bit. And I think that's very important. And all of our creatures and cards worked exactly the way we wanted to, which is always good. And I think we got them all into play at some point, so that was pretty nice too. So yeah, I don't have much to complain about this. Like, it did what we wanted to do, and I think people might actually own a lot of the parts for this deck already, which should make it a little bit easier to build. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Samut, Voice of Dissent. And really, just, the card's awesome. It's 5 mana for like a 3/4 or something, I think, but it has all the keywords. It has Flash, first off, so you don't have to dedicate to playing it early. So it's a nice trick. It's got Double Strike, and not only that, you can untap other things. And it's a type of card that, had we been able to play it in this deck, I absolutely would have played a couple of copies of it. Like, it's so good. Didn't see a lot of play in Standard, unfortunately, and I think partly because that color combination wasn't particularly great, but it still is played sometimes in Commander. I see it pop up here and there, and it's still only about $3. So if you want to pick one up and try one out, there you go. Now, don't forget, if you want today's deck list, it'll be down below in the description. Also, come hang out in our Discord or come join one of our streams. You want to be part of all the crazy stuff while we're deck building and trying stuff out. But if you like this, I'm going to go ahead and link one of our other Naya lists if you like Naya, because one of those early lists was actually really good too and used Jetmir, so you may want to check that one out. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.